Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are making these adorable little stingrays. I love these. They are a quick and easy project to work up. Love it, love it. All right. And again, these guys are super easy. We're going to go over it step by step. So let's get started with materials. You are going to need 3 yarn colors, one as your underbelly. I usually go with a white or a cream. This is a cream color. It's actually Big Twist in the color cream. And then you will need a top color. This one was a pastel from Big Twist that I found last spring. It's a nice pastel pink. And then you will need an eye color. These have brown. I actually have black for today. And that's the yarn. You're going to need needles, scissors, and I am using a size G or a 4mm crochet hook. All right. Now, in order to make this project, we are going to make 2 panels. I have my first panel done here because you guys did not need to sit around and see me make this twice. So we are going to make 2 of these. Now, do the first one in your belly color, so your lighter color, because when we go to do the top portion, we're going to use a single crochet to join our top panel to our bottom panel. All right, so make sure we're going to make 2 of these. They're going to be identical. Do your light or belly color first, and we're going to tie off our end. It's going to end right here. And then we will switch over to our main color, and I will show you how to do them, how to put them together. Now, because I already have this, I'm going to simply start in my main color. But remember, you guys start in your belly color because that is the color that's going to get cut off. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and attach your yarn to your hook. And we're going to do a chain of 9. So a chain is yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. That is 1 chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. Now we're going to go in the second chain from our hook. We have 1 chain here and then 1 chain here. And if you're unsure on counting your chains, you can start back at the beginning. We know each of these loops is a chain, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to go into the 8th one over, or the second chain from the hook. And you're going to put a single crochet in there. And you're going to put a single crochet in every stitch across to give you a total of 8 single crochets for row 1. All right. Oh, this is my hook that has a cut in the side of it. Oh no. I really need to sand that down because I think I can. All right. Here we go, here we go. All right. 8 single crochet. Go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. We are going to have a total of 4 rows of 8 single crochet. So we just did row 1. Now we're going to do row 2. Just count across with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now we have got 4 rows total of this. This is row number 2. And while we are working up to our 4th row, let's talk tension. I am using a 4mm crochet hook with a worsted weight 4 yarn. And that's exactly what I use on these as well. All right, row 3, chain 1 and work your way across again. Now, as far as tension goes, I keep my tension a bit tighter than what I do a blanket, but I don't do it super tight like if I'm doing something that I need stiff like a bookmark. So I keep kind of a medium tension on mine. I don't like to pull it too tight. I don't like to have it too loose because then you get gapping. Ooh, need to pull out more yarn. So a medium tension on this one will do well for you. Like I said, I wouldn't really pull it super tight because then you're going to scrunch the project in, especially when it comes to the tail. The tail curls when we make it anyway, so you really don't want it tighter and curling even more. I mean, unless you want a curly-tailed stingray. In that case, babies, go for it. All right, this is row 4. And as far as colors, I tried a variegated yarn, and I hated it. Maybe it was just the color, but I really think these stingrays look better in a solid color. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. I did not like the variegated yarn for these stingrays. Okay, we have 4 rows. We need to count them 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, our 4th row is where we're going to start our increase to come out here and make the fin. So you're going to chain up of 1 and turn your work. You're going to put 2 single crochet into this very first stitch. All right, so this is a single crochet increase. Now we're going to work across 6 single crochet, and that will leave you 1 unworked stitch at the very end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. And now into this last stitch, we're going to do the same thing we did on this side, which is a single crochet increase. So put 2 more single crochet into that last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work, and this row that we just did, we are going to repeat until we get a total of 30 stitches across. All right, so I'm going to do a few more rows with you guys. So in the very first one is always going to be a single crochet increase. And then in our last row, we added 1 to each side, so we technically added 2. So now when we go across the middle, instead of having 6, we're going to have 8. All right, so work 8 single crochet across for this row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I would actually encourage you guys to count across your middle, because even I have missed this stitch on the end and accidentally stopped a stitch early. I've gotten better about it, but every now and then I still miss this last stitch somehow. All right, we have 1 stitch left, so that is where our increase is going to go. So 1 and 2. All right, now if we count, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 right here. So I am going to turn you guys loose. Single crochet increase, work your way across, another single crochet increase in the last stitch. You will always end on an even number. Every row will increase by 2. When you hit 30, exactly 30, I will meet you back here and show you how to do the tail. All right, and here we are. You should have 30 across the top, 30 single crochet, and that includes the 4 on the end. So you count, this increases 4, so you should have 26 in between. Okay? All right. Now we are going to do the tail, this part right here. I do not slip stitch across for this, and I do not recommend slip stitching across for this because I feel like it makes the stingray look uneven at the end. So right now I am going to cut my yarn. I am going to fasten off just like this, loop it through, and now I have a piece that looks like this. At this point, I will pick what appears to be my front side, and it is usually this one. It's usually, like every time, actually, it's been the opposing side from where I tie off my end. So, go over here. This is on my right-hand side. Make sure you count this first stitch, and I want you to count over 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, that 13th stitch is exactly the one you want. Okay, I'm really sorry if you guys can hear that fan. That is the fan for my heater. Okay, that 13th stitch, go ahead and put your hook in there. All right. And put your hook in from the front side. All right, like I said, I picked my front and my back for this, and I always start and count over from this side, go over 13. Leave yourself a little bit of a tail. Lay your yarn over your hook, pull it through your loop. All right, pull it through just like that. Drop the tail so that you only have your working yarn. Yarn over, pull through that loop you just made. Pull that tail down to tighten the loop. All right, I pulled the tail to tighten the loop. Now into that same stitch, I'm going to put a single crochet. All right, 1 single crochet, and now this is the point where I pull the tail again to keep this tight so that it doesn't bulge out on the side over here. All right, we have 1 single crochet here. We need 5 more across for a total of 6, and as I go across, I will be crocheting over my tail for my pink. And I should have mentioned this. It doesn't matter if you're doing your bottom or your top. This step right here is the exact same. The only time it will change is after we've completed this. I will tell you where you will cut off this yarn as opposed to not cutting this one. That is my tail. All right, I have 2 stitches here, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just a quick double check. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and single crochet back across these 6 again. And then we are going to do this one more time after this row. So you will have 3 single crochet rows before we change and do our decreases. All right, so this is the second row for the tail. All right, chain 1, turn your work, go back across again. This is our third row. Four, 5, and 6. All right, there we go. Now we're going to yarn over and turn our work. And the first thing we're going to do is a single crochet decrease. All right, so insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Insert your hook into the next stitch. Do not yarn over in between those. Just go straight into that next stitch. Now yarn over again and pull up another loop. We now have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. That will leave you with 2 remaining stitches, and we're going to do another single crochet decrease. So insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 3 on our hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Chain up 1 and turn your work. We have 4 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to put 2 single crochet decreases back to back. So right in that first one, and then again right in the second one. Fasten those together. Right into the third one, right into the fourth one, and fasten those together. All right, we now have 2 stitches right here, and this is the point we're going to make the tail. So chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay. We are going to go into the second chain from the hook and single crochet all the way back down. That should give you 15 total single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and don't forget this last one. It's kind of hidden because it's kind of tight with it being the first stitch. But that's why I say count back, so you know you get 15. Get that last single crochet in there. All right, now it looks like this, and that's obviously not right. So turn it. It is going to twist this stitch, and that's okay. And then, so we came out of this stitch. We're going to go back into that second stitch, the one unworked stitch we have. We're going to go back into that with a slip stitch for our tail. Okay. Here we are. This has put me at the point that I want to be at because I am looking at the back of my work. It is facing me. Okay, so the back of the work is facing me. And I want that because when I go to put this one on top of it, I want this one literally on top of my main color. So what's going to happen is we're going to be looking at it from this angle right here. So we're going to see our cream color, and then working into the back will be our main color. All right. I like to turn mine, and I'm just giving y'all some tips here. I like to turn mine so that both of my quote-unquote back sides are both facing me. So that's just my preference. You can lay this any way you want because it's symmetrical on both sides. So the way you sew these together is kind of up to you. This is just the way that I like to personally sew them together. All right, I'm going to get my pink. And I'm going to chain 1. Now what I actually want to do is work right into the same stitch on this one. So if you're making your cream colored or your belly color, this is the point that you cut off. Do not chain 1, but cut off right there. If you're working on your main color, keep going with me. All right. So here is where we have tied off our cream color. So the stitch I need to go into is this one right here. I don't know how well the camera's going to capture that, but there is a, our tie off here, and then the stitch just behind it is the one we're going to go into. So I've chained 1. Please give me my yarn. Thank you. Mischievous little buggers once you get them made. This one is being mischievous before he's even done. So go right into that stitch. And then make sure when you go into your pink one, you go into the same stitch that you chained up from. And I'm not going to lie, it's a little difficult to see. Mine is right here. So I'm going to go right there. And I'm going to tighten my yarn down a little. Tuck my tail from the cream inside. I just tuck that in. Pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both, and you've put your first single crochet in. Honestly, this one is the hardest one to get in to make sure you have everything lined up. So this one's crucial. Try to get your stuff really, really lined up with this. Otherwise, it might be a little wonky. But again, that's okay. That's what makes all of our crochet unique, is that they all end up a little wonky at some point. So from here, it's just a matter of trying to match up rows. So I see this right here, and I think I like this spot. I'm going to go right in here. And then I'm just going to push through to the back. Just like that. I'm going to go down to what I feel is the next row. Push right through the back. Oh, I must have knocked my camera, my bad. Okay guys, so apparently me bumping into my camera killed my audio. Like, we made it all the way around and put eyes on before I looked over and saw that my audio was not working. Okay, so let's try to go back through this because, oh, that was wild. Okay, where were we? So we're working into these stitches. And like I was saying, just keep finding the holes that line up on the front panel to the back and work into those. Work all the way down. Here we go. All the way down right here until you hit this corner. All right. Go into the corner here and into the corner on the back side. It literally, that one just seems to line up every single time. I don't think I've ever had a problem. All right. The single crochet there. And now we're going to work our way across until we get to the tip of the fin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, and that is right, because remember, we crocheted into the 13th stitch over here, so we should have 12 going down the side, not including your corner. Okay, don't include your little corner, but in the stitch after that, you should get up to 12. Once we hit the corner, chain 1. Now, this is going to help us round this corner a little smoother. So I'm going to chain 1, but then I am going to go right back in that same stitch, and I'm going to put another single crochet in there. And now if you'll look, if you can line these up and look carefully, you can see that there's little ridges and valleys. Can y'all see that? Okay, so those are going to be your guides to getting your holes lined up properly. Take advantage of, you know, being able to line things up like that and single crochet all the way across this fin, well, across the side of this fin. Oh, there it is. And just kind of make sure you're looking, because even if you think you got it, sometimes you don't. So just double check front to back, front to back. I know this can be a little tedious, but in the end, I really, really think it's worth it. Okay. Hang on, I gotta move this one closer to my face. And right there's my stitch. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I have to get close to my face, guys. I can't see. I wear glasses. So, yeah. But keep working. Keep working. You'll get there. Up the side, up the side. Alright. Checking my audio again. I am going to be so, like, sketched out by that audio. Because it literally quit in the middle of me talking. Made no sense. I have hit a snag. There's the snag. Pull that loose. There we go. Alright. Now we have worked our way up to this corner by the mouth, because this is our little mouth up here. Okay? Go right into this and just put a straight 2 single crochets. When you hit that corner and you're rounding, 2 single crochets right in there. And then start working your way over. Because then you should be able to line up your starting chains and work through both of those to make your way across. Alright, now, while I had lost audio, I showed you guys how to do the eyes. I am going to do a recap because I think this is a really simple step and you guys can absolutely do it. I use yarn for my eyes. However, I know some people like to use the little, the push, like, plastic eye thingies. I do not like those in particular for the Stingray just because of how narrow I feel that they are. If we look at this straight down, when they get squished, I feel like the ends poked out. And I didn't like that for a variety of reasons. So what I do is I take my needle, I thread some yarn on, and leave you a nice tail. I go about halfway over on my face. I do this on purpose because I need to see how far out this likes to extend. Now I've made several of these, so I know I need to go about 1 to 2 stitches in to place my eyes properly. But you may not like, the way that looks. You may want to do it a little different. So I go about halfway, and then I use this side to gauge how far in I want to go. Then I repeat that over here. And what you do is leave this open. You can see my yarn. Go in from the bottom. Take your needle. Go in from the bottom. Push through. You're going to come up and then go up 1 row. Alright? Pull your yarn through. Don't pull it completely tight, otherwise you're going to scrunch your project down and you don't want that. So make sure there's a little leeway, but leave yourself a little tail. I did 3 passes. Alright, 3 passes on each side to get my eyes this size. And then I open this and I tied a knot right here and I tucked my black into my work. I did the same with the brown on these. And as you can see, you can't see it. There's no... Yeah, see, there's nothing there. You can't see where I tied that yarn in or anything like that. And it's not scrunching up my face. Don't tie your knot too tight, though, because you can scrunch your face in, and you don't want to do that. Alright. So what we're going to do is just keep working our way across. And then we're going to do the exact same thing we did on this side over here. So when we get to this corner we're about to hit, we need to put 2 single crochets in it because I put 2 in this corner. Okay? I put 2 here, so we need to put 2 here. When we hit the end of the spin down here, remember, it's a single crochet, chain 1, another single crochet before you work your way across. Alright, I am at the corner. Okay, audio is still good. At the corner, so I'm going to scrunch this in here, right here. Nope, you need to go under that thread. Right. Miss Ma'am, you are being difficult. Okay, right here. There we go. 1 and a 2. And now you guys can see my white or cream color thread is pulling. It's like expanding out right here. Just yank on it. Really, that's all I do. I yank on it, and then I come down my side. I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to go right here. And I'm actually going to single crochet over that thread. Just to kind of lock it into place, because I don't want that to be an issue. So I like to lock it into place just like this. Once I feel I've gotten far enough down, I will simply make sure it is pulled tight, tucked into my work, and I will keep going. And I love this project simply because we can like tuck all of our ends in, put some stuffing on top of it, and we don't have to cut much of anything. Alright, you need to tuck down in there, because I need this and this. Boop. And a boop. Gotcha. Go across here. And now I am back working down my other side. Alright, I'm going to put a couple stitches right here. Alright, and now we have our little face. Oh, I am going to have to readjust these eyes because I think this one looks a little bigger than this one. And that's okay. I can go back in after I'm done and I'll just have to sew in ends and cut. But you know what? That's okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's work our way down. Now the only part we're not going to single crochet around is the tail. I'm going to show you guys how I do that, but I do not single crochet around it because I think it makes it look too bulky and like too big to be a stingray tail. Like their tails are not, they're not that big. I did not like the way that looked. Okay. Now I've got two ends over here, as you can see, just like that. I'm going to go one here. I'm going to go one in the end. I am going to chain one, put another one in the end, and that has walked me over to be able to go across this panel. Now I am going to tuck in both of these tails that I have. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Alright, and then they're going to have to be pulled tight. You know what? I'll just wrap around that yarn for this one. I'm going to crochet over the yarn for this one. But then the next one we will not. I'm not grabbing the yarn. There we go. And now it is tucked into our project. Work your way across. Oh, I need a little more yarn. All right. Going across over here. Ooh. Honestly, I think putting the panels together is probably the hardest part. Just to make sure everything is lined up and where you need it and all that mess. Alright, now I need my corner. This can also get tucked in. That was just the tail from starting the stingray tail, so I'm just going to tuck that in too. Here is my corner. Alright. Now you can stop before this if you want. Like you can stop halfway back here. But I don't. I wait until I only have the tail left and then I put my stuffing in. Don't know why. I just prefer it that way. So at this point, before we get to closing off our project, let's go ahead and add some stuffing. If you need to pull out stitches and think you need more space, go ahead and do it however you need. I like to pull my hook out, scoop my yarn to the side. Y'all see how the tails are curling? Look how cute. They'll flatten out. I like to make sure my yarn's pulled to the side, and then I'm just going to kind of start stuffing. If it would like to go in there today, we will start stuffing. And I just do little bits at a time and work it over. And yeah, I have the tool to like stuff it in there, but I mean, every bag of stuffing comes with that tool, but I prefer to do it this way because I like to know where I can place it, and I just can't guide that stick real well. Funny because I can't drive a stick-shift car either, so obviously sticks are the problem here, okay? Sticks are absolutely the problem. And you can make him as thin or as chunky as you want. I know a lot of people like don't stuff the fins, but I do. I like them chunky. Look how chunky. I love the chunkies. Okay? Chunkies. Baby, that one corner is just not having it today. I might have to block that corner. Driving me nuts. Alright, so we got something that looks a little bit like this right now. And that was all the stuffing I needed. Like that tiny bit was kind of it. So let's get up to our last single crochet. So work your way up the tail, or up the base of the tail. Until you get to about here. Alright, work your way up the base till you get to the actual tail. Here we go. And I'm gonna go one more. Right here. Right here. Okay. Here's where we're at this point. We just have these two pieces left. Pull yourself out a decent bit of yarn. Like you don't have to do a whole lot, but I like a decent bit because I like room to work. Go ahead and cut that. See this? Cut that yarn. Pull this through. All the way through. Alright. Now attach your needle. Right here. Oop. Okay. Now, you might have to pull and stretch on your tail to see exactly where you need to be. And that is okay. Pull, stretch, do what you need to do. But take this, go from the underside of the white, okay? Go just like this. We're pulling it tight, just like that. And now the only thing you're going to do is weave this in. Just go back and forth down the tail, front to back on each stitch, and just weave it in. All right. I am going to do this all the way down the tail. I am going to go around the back of the tail, around the end, and I am going to come back down this side over here. Now, if you're hitting all your spacing, you're going to have little pink stitches that you can see across the bottom, and that's okay. I've got blue we can see on this one, and I've got pink we can see on this one. That is how this pattern is worked. Alright, so let's work all the way to the other side. Oh, caught a fin. I told y'all, they're mischievous. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost there. Almost, almost. We're gonna make it, guys, I promise. We're gonna make it. We're done with the crochet hook. Now we're just doing our last little bit. You know, while we're doing this, let's talk about ways to change the sizing if you would like. Basically, if you want to change the sizing, start by changing your starting chain. That starting chain is meant for this size. When I was writing this pattern, I specifically designed that starting chain to make, you know, roughly a hand-sized, well, my hand-sized stingray. And that's what I got, was about the length of my hand. So start your starting chain longer if you want it bigger, and then just add more increase rows. Like, you can make this as big or as small as you want. You just have to change your increase and your starting chain. That's kind of it. Not much else after you do that. You may need to make the tail longer, of course. Like, that might be something to add in as well. Sorry, these stitches are getting a little wonky over here. I think I have misaligned something. But given the way it's not fighting me, I will accept it. Well, it's not fighting me too bad. I will accept it. So yeah, just easy change in your original stitch count and just some row increases. You can make this as large or as small as you want. If you wanted to build a mini aquarium, which is something I have been wanting to do so bad. Like, I have patterns for coral for us to make, just kind of sitting. And I'm so excited for that. I am really ready for you guys to see that. Okay. I have made it through. And I am back on the back side. Okay, do not like that. Because I don't want to jump over and have a pink thread just kind of randomly right there. I'm going to slip right under this white one and push back up through my pink right here. So it looks like that. I kind of prefer that. But now I need to tie my yarn off. I'm gonna put it through my project. I have pushed through. Pull, pull, pull. Don't let that tangle. Pull, 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 pull. Pulled that tail a little straighter too, didn't it? I love when it does that. Alright, stretch that tail out. And I'm gonna go in here. There we go. Boop. Alright, are you guys ready? Final cut. Final. And of course my scissors don't want to. You know what? The audio quit. The scissors are quitting. Oh, this feels like a Monday instead of a Friday, people. Tuck that right in there because I don't want to see all that. And you guys have made a stingray. I gotta fix that eye. That's driving me nuts. But you guys have made a stingray. There you go. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends. I'd love to teach more. Unfortunately, I have to work in addition to YouTube. So, you know, share the video, help your girl out. And I appreciate every single one of you. Checking my analytics the other day, realized I have all ladies in here. So, thank you, girlfriends. I appreciate the support and the love. And oh crap, I can't say that anymore because I know that my best male friend subscribed last night. Hey, bestie. Anyway, love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.